Hi everyone, and welcome back to Graybeard Outdoors. So we're going to do something a little different today. I am headed to a couple little bridges over the Kalamazoo River. We're going to kind of see what we can catch there, see if we can cross some species off of our Michigan native species list. I've seen some what I believe to be some hognose suckers, some darters, and then I believe some smallmouth bass. So we're gonna go, the first spot I'm going to, those are all options. The second spot I'm going to has a lot more options. There's some largemouth, smallmouth, and possibly pike. So hope you enjoy this. Let's get going. All right, I'm at the first spot here, and I'm seeing some little stuff moving. Oh, actually, that was a fairly decent size something or other. So, trying to put some new species, check some new species off my Michigan native list. And there's a chance for some different species here. Sorry about the audio. Hopefully this microphone is blocking the wind fairly decent. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to start with this bobber on and no weight. I'll take this weight off. I just have the smallest hook I have on. And we're going to put a little bit of worm on it. And I don't even want to be that deep. I might have to end up going to the other side of the bridge to have a chance at anything. We'll see what it do. I'm also wondering if I should even just take the bobber off and put small split shot on and just let it sit on the bottom. A little chunk of worm. This current's moving a lot faster than I thought it would be, and I'm already under the bridge and I can't even see. So maybe there's something. Hold on. Oh, there's something down on the bottom. There's one of my target species right here. So I think I'm going to try taking this bobber off and kind of sight fishing him. Of course, I just took that weight off because he seemed interested, but I couldn't get it down, and it's some kind of sucker bottom feeder thing, so he didn't want to come up off the bottom. So I'm hoping if I do this and kind of cast, where'd he go? It's probably too big of a split shot, but all right, maybe we go see what's on the other side instead of fighting the current. So I did see a smallmouth over here when I first walked up, like a real smallmouth, but think this might be a little better because the current isn't taking us under the bridge. Oh, we got some little gills. So I just saw something, the hog sucker thing I'm looking for. I just seen him take off under the bridge. Here's a smallmouth. Man, everything is so finicky here. They're just... Ooh, there we go. Nothing but a bluegill, but that'll do it. So I'm thinking what I need to do is maybe I do need to get my bobber on and just let it sit on this side and let stuff come out from under the bridge at it. Not a giant bluegill, but it's something. First catch of the day, we're not skunked. Now I just have to keep from catching him every single time now, because he was the only one who really aggressively took it and was big enough to get on the hook. Nice hookup. Here we go. One down. Not a new species. Caught many of these. So maybe I do need... Let me check the other side real quick. Okay, so I think everything's pretty much under the bridge. So I think what I'm going to do is I put the bobber back on, and I'm going to just kind of get on the edge and let it float out a little bit here. Kind of do that little number. I think just kind of do this and watch it. Got another bluegill coming. Another bluegill. So this may end up being an issue here, but hey, catching is catching. He was crazy. Oh, look at that. Well, uh-oh. There we go. He got himself off in a good spot. So that's what I'm worried about, though, is that I'm just going to keep hooking into these bluegill, and any of the smallmouths or hog suckers are going to stay under the bridge. I'm going to give this another couple minutes, and there's another spot I want to try. All right, so we're going to give this another try or two, and then go down a little farther down this road here. There's another bridge. All right, I'm going to try something on the other side of the bridge real quick, and then we'll move spots. All right, so I'm going to kind of just let this kind of drift under the bridge a little bit, and then watch my rod tip and see if, because I know there's stuff hanging out under this bridge. So I feel like if I let it... Oh, dang, there was one of those big ones too. Well, shoot. I seen a little smallmouth right there, so I thought I'd kind of sight fish him, and this little guy came and decided he was hungrier. Oh, he was real hungry. He gulped that down. I need my pliers. So he took the hook down deep, but luckily it's in the roof of his mouth. It's not it's not down his gullet at least. There we go. He's a pretty one. He might. I don't know. I love when they have that yellowish gold on their chest. I think that's really pretty. I'm guessing he scared away that smallmouth that was over here. Now, got a little bit of worm left. I guess I'll see what happens if I throw that back on this side. Here's what we're going to do. Just came in here. Ooh, oh no, 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 that was a rock bass. That's, oh, or a warmouth or something. Oh, that was a new species. All right, time to move on. Let's go try down at the bridge around the corner. Dang, I can't believe I let that rock bass get off. Dang it. Alright, so we don't need to take everything with us over here. I'm just taking the worms and my pole and the pliers. Everything else I'm just going to set in here for now. Oh, man. There was a bunch of fish sitting under this tree right here, and they all just took off under the bridge. Everything's so dang spooky. Alright, I'm going to try one more spot over on this section and then move down the river. Don't let me forget, YouTube, that I left my worms there. If I drive off without coming and getting them, it's all your fault. That's a better sign. Something came right out and started biting. But I didn't bring the worms with me, so... Oh, snag. And stole my worm. Shoot. Alright, brief intermission. Alright, got the worms back. Gonna try that again. Tell y'all one thing. I broke my own fishing rule. I didn't go to the bathroom before I came here, and I'm fixing to have my eyeballs start floating here. Alright. already. Oh boy, we got something. We got something, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there. I believe that right there is a smallmouth bass. And I am correct. It is. That was instant. All right, smallmouth bass. This is a species checked off the list. Let's see if we can catch his big brother. So that was near instantaneous. So the problem really was where I was fishing. I think with that, those bridges are just overfished. This worm's pretty tore up. I'm gonna try one more time with it, and I'm gonna move downriver. See if lightning can strike twice. Nope, that isn't at all where I wanted to be. All right, so here we are at the last spot for today. I don't really see anything moving around, but that actually might be a bit of a good thing. I can't see them, maybe they can't see me, and maybe I can get to my bait to them a little easier. There is a chance for some more new species or smallmouth in here, which I just caught, but a bigger one would be cool. And then there is pike, rock bass, bluegill, who knows what else. So yeah, there goes the microphone again. I'm hoping to get a new one to replace it, but that may take some time. If you want to help out, liking this video and subscribing to the channel is always a huge help. So here I actually move spots like I said, and I'm trying downriver, and it actually works out pretty well for me. I actually catch a new species, the hornyhead chub. So this was pretty cool. I've crossed 2 new species out in this video, and from now, I caught a bunch of bluegill. After that, I'm just going to run a little montage until the microphone comes back in on my outro. All right, that is all for today. Pretty stoked with how this came out. Able to get 2 new species to add on to my graphic. Could have had 3, had a rock bass or a warmouth or something on, but just couldn't get them up. I didn't set the hook good enough. Totally on me. But I know where they're at now. I know where some rock bass are, so we're gonna have to go back and try that again. Stay tuned for next week, because I think we're gonna be having something kind of fun coming up tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to film a new video, and it's gonna be a challenge of sort. And it's gonna be a challenge of sorts. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.